Rhoda's. Daddy, hi. I'm fine. How are you? What is it? I suppose I could. It's not that the cats need their litter changed like last time. Well, what about if I come this weekend? Well, how about Friday? Tomorrow, then? Okay. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.
Coming?
Yep.
When?
Tomorrow.
Feel better now?
Yes, I do.
Wish I could say the same.
Well, you will once she's here. You'll see.
It's you who'll see.
Well, that's a chance we'll have to take.
I'm not interested in taking any chances just now.
Hey, I got him! All right, there's that black one. Oh, yeah. Oh, where's the orange one? Man, we gotta look for him, too.
Daddy.
Rhoda there. Oh, glad to see you.
Oh. Hello, Mother.
Hello, Rhoda.
You have a nice drive there?
Yes, long but nice.
Come down the coast?
Of course.
No wonder.
No wonder what, Mother?
No wonder it took so long.
Well, we're glad you made it.
Yes, so am I. What's going on around here, Daddy?
Oh, well, the Bilkin kids keep running back and forth here.
I don't mean the kids. I mean all of this.
I know. No, we've let the place go a little.
A little? It looks like a disaster area.
That's what the Belkins call it.
Well, that's what it is, Mother. If you can't take care of it, you've got to get someone. You'll have complaints.
Already had. Copper came by from the city. An eyesore, he called us.
Not us. The yard.
It was us he was talking about.
Mother, people have been known to lose their homes if they can't take care of them. Not in here, too. Daddy, look at this.
What now?
These bowls, Mother. Do you ever clean them?
The cats clean them with their tongues. Clean as a squeak.
It's unhealthy.
They're healthier than we are.
Where did this one come from?
That's Bobby De Niro. I wouldn't touch him. If I were you, he can be dangerous.
Yes, we've had some trouble with him.
What sort of trouble?
Well, it's the Bilkins next door. They claim he jumps up on their windowsill and hisses at them while they're eating.
Speaking of which, I've got a tuna casserole. If you can make your way to the kitchen, that is. And what did you do with your shop?
I left it.
With the hired help?
Yes. I trust my people. Unlike...
Cute. Cute, huh, Teddy? Pots made by hired help. Rudest of Carmel, I still say you should have the family name on your shop, like your mother and her mother before her.
Not everyone has a name as exploitable as Miniature Dwyer.
They still remember it. Miniature Dwyer's. That shop with those handmade dolls down in Santa Monica.
Yeah, but nevertheless, Ruta's pots sell.
Pottery, Daddy. Pots are for cooking.
Well, pottery, snottery, they sell. What do you think it is, Minnie? It makes people driving German cars, stuffed with money, stop at this tiny little town halfway between nothing and nowhere, and reach down in their leather pouches and pay cash for something like a pot.
Sex. Most of these people have just had sex in this vicinity. The sea encourages it. And pots are good after sex. I don't know why. Then, of course, there's your other thing, too.
What other thing is that, Mother?
It's cute. Buying pot is cute. Especially in such a cute place.
Well, whatever it is, it works. And besides, Ruta makes more off her pots than you ever did off your dolls.
Well, I'm sure you didn't bring me all the way down here just to discuss my pottery.
No, Ruta, we didn't.
No, that's a fact. We brought you down from Candy Town for a reason.
Well, suppose I pour us some coffee and we hear about it.
You see, we're not worried about the house and the lawn these days, or the cat's balls or the weeds. We aren't worried about any of it.
But you have to be, Mother. You have to be.
Well, I'm sorry we aren't. Isn't that right, Teddy?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. We know we haven't been attending to these things. We're not blind, and we haven't forgotten. In fact, it's just the opposite. We have chosen not to.
Well, you have no choice in some things, Mother. You simply...
Shut up and listen to me.
All right, Mother, I am sorry.
Well, that's better. We wish to do exactly as we please now. And in our opinion, we're entitled to. After all, there isn't much time.
Oh, Mother, you've been saying that for years.
Well, this time is the truth.
It's always been the truth.
Not like this time. Isn't that so, Teddy?
We've lived together, and now we're going to die together.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
Your father is saying we're going to kill ourselves. He wanted you to know.
That's very funny, Daddy. I'm sure this was your idea. You still think you can get me to move back down here, don't you?
Rhoda, we don't want you to move back down here.
That's the last thing we want. I guarantee you'd get in the way and screw the whole thing up.
We just wanted you to know We decided that was only fair. And besides, there are some arrangements that have to be made for you and for us.
You're not serious.
Yes,
We are.
You actually think that you are...
Yes.
we are.
How are you going to accomplish this? I suppose you have it all worked out, huh?
Yes.
We do.
I've been to see Dr. Peterman. He says I'm a dead woman right now. It's only a matter of a short time. I'll know when, he says. It'll be plain, even simple, when it starts.
When what starts, Mother? What are you talking about?
Your mother is allergic to herself, to her own blood. Now, I can't pronounce the name of the thing if I tried, but she's got it. And it's something seamy, something, I don't know.
Dr. Peterman told you this.
My own blood has turned against me. If my mother were alive, she would die.
Well, he must be wrong. Now, you look fine to me. We'll go see someone else.
We already have. Your mother's telling the truth.
We shouldn't have doubted him in the first place. He has wonderful hands, softer than Teddy's.
I just don't believe it.
I'm going to die, Rhoda. Face up to it. If your father and I can, you certainly can.
And nothing can be done about it.
Well,
What, Daddy? What? Tell me.
there was something. Peterman couldn't guarantee it would work, and even if it did, it wouldn't be for long.
What, though?
They could freeze me and change my blood. Like an automobile engine. Drain me, flush me out, and fill me back up.
And that would do it.
Maybe.
If the cold didn't kill me, the new blood probably would.
But it would be a chance.
I haven't been in freezing cold in 40 years, and I have no intention of dying in an ice bucket in Westwood. And as for filling me up with someone else's blood, well,
What?
well, it is out of the question. Dwyer blood is Dwyer blood. My mother would
Do it if she were in your position.
And for what? An extra month or two? Or even a year? I'm not interested in such a year. Neither of us is.
Us? This is you talking too, Daddy?
I've no intention of living alone at this point. Your mother and I have lived as one, and will die as one.
Rhoda, would you like to know what it is we want to spare ourselves from? Dr. Peterman describes it as a kind of starvation death. I'll be half my size. A tiny figure, like one of my dolls, lying on a rubber sheet in some hideous cinder block building they'll call a hospital. It will be a figure you won't recognize, but you'll never forget. The miniature Dwyer that will be remembered will be one she never dreamt of, or knew, or cared to know, or would let herself know. No. I tell you, our answer is no.
You're asking me to help kill my parents.
No, Rhoda. We don't want your help. We don't need it.
Just my consent.
Yes. So we know what we leave behind.
This is not you talking, Daddy. I can't believe this is either of you.
Rhoda, we don't want hospitals or homes and all that goes with them. And I don't want to be alone.
I want you both to see someone now. I'm going to make some calls in the morning.
Not in this house, you're not.
Then I'll go to a motel.
You can't stop us, Rhoda.
All I want you to do is talk to someone. What have you got to lose?
Will you get out of here? Let us do as we wish. It is our right. Now leave us alone.
I can't, Mother. Where's my suitcase?
Oh, here.
I can't, Mother!
Go home and make a pot. Do something constructive.
Oh, I understand, Dr. Panman. So there's nothing more that can be done. She looks so good. Oh. Well, I want them to see someone then. No, just someone they can talk to. Yeah. Do you have any names? Give the number. Thank you. Yes, I do. Okay, I will. Yes, thank you, Doctor. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
I won't say a word.
I just thought if we told her.
I won't say a word.
You were right, I admit that. I thought it makes sense to her like it does to us.
I won't say a word.
That was my first mistake. I won't make it again. We just want to be together. What's so hard to understand?
I won't say a word.
Nothing. Nothing. That's what, and that's what we'll be together.
I won't say a word.
Neither will I. Neither will anybody. Can't wait. Good night, Miniature Dwyer.
Yeah?
Mr. Dwyer, please.
What about him?
Mr. Theodore Dwyer.
Teddy.
Ted.
Teddy.
All right. My name is Mrs. Fincher, Mr. Dwyer.
Excuse me.
I'm here on behalf of the city and at the request of Rhoda Dwyer, your daughter, I believe.
We don't want any.
I'm not selling anything, Mr. Dwyer. I only want to talk. Perhaps ask you and your wife a few questions.
We don't have to answer.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes?
It's nice to meet you. It's true, you don't have to see me. Of course, my report would have to indicate that you were uncommunicative.
Well, that's untrue. We can talk.
Thank you, Mr. Dwyer. You won't regret it.
Oh, wait a minute. That isn't what I meant.
Well, how How long have you lived in Santa Monica, Mr. Dwyer?
Oh, I don't know. My father brought his button factory out here in 18.
It was 18.
Something like that.
I see. And you've been here ever since?
Except for trips.
And your age, Mr. Dwyer? Teddy and I were born a day apart in April at the turn of the century. I don't care what year is on the calendar. More than a century has passed since. So that makes us a good 150 minimum. All right, Mrs. Dwyer. And your first name is what? Minerva? Miniature. Well, that's an unusual name. Well, I'm an unusual person, like my mother before me. She named me after her work. She made miniatures, rooms and tiny houses with one side made of glass. They're collector's items today, worth a fortune, as are my dolls. I have a chest full of them in the other room. I don't suppose you'd like to see them? Well, yes, actually, I would. Really? Well, then please follow me. Here we are, right over here. Mrs. Dwyer, perhaps we should wait. What? Well, maybe we should just get to know each other this time. Get the preliminaries out of the way. I didn't know there'd be any next time.
Yes, we thought you just needed this information.
Well, that's right, but for a purpose, of course. So that we can talk to each other. You don't need any damned information to talk. We don't even like to talk. Teddy has his books, I have my dolls. We keep busy without talk. And do you read all these books, Mr. Dwyer?
Only the poetry. But not even that so much anymore. There really are very few I care about now, to tell you the truth.
Then why keep the others around like this?
Well, I like knowing they're here. And besides, they serve purposes, practical ones. For instance, here we have, this is a desk, supported entirely by poetry. We pay our bills here.
And do you have any trouble in that area?
Oh, well, once I tried to pull the collected frost out. I thought the desk would hold up without it. I turned out to be wrong. I pulled one book out, the desk fell down completely. Minnie's cactus lost a couple of nubs. Ruta's pot almost cracked in two. I thought they were going to kill me.
Teddy, she means trouble with the bills. Teddy still gets dividends from his father's button factory, and there's the Social Security. We could live off that if we wanted to. You can see that we're modest people. And also, there's the money from my store. I sold it for plenty.
Then the answer is no problems.
None with bills.
Then why is it you haven't paid your property taxes this year, Mrs. Dwyer? Or your utilities for the past 3 months?
Well, what do you mean? We pay our bills. Minnie writes out the checks over in my desk there. See for yourself.
Mrs. Dwyer? Mrs. Dwyer.
It's none of your business.
But I'm afraid it is. I take it you are unaware of this, Mr. Dwyer.
Unaware of what? What you talking about, Minnie?
Apparently, Mrs. Dwyer hasn't been mindful of some of her responsibilities. Then you do get out to do your shopping.
We go everywhere in it. Still enjoy a good drive. Always did. Here you can see your reflection of it.
My. And do you enjoy these drives too, Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Then there are no particular troubles which keep you in?
None worth mentioning.
None?
None.
Then excuse me, why is it you want to kill yourselves?
So someone will come and clean up in there.
Mr. Dwyer, you have your daughter, your books, your home. There are certainly places you could go.
I'd rather be dead.
You don't mean that, Mr. Dwyer.
And you don't understand. We just want to be together. Nothing more, nothing less.
Mr. Dwyer, I hope I can prevail upon you to change your mind in this matter. You're obviously a man of sensibility. Perhaps in one of your books.
When I close a book, I open life.
I beg your pardon?
Neruda. He says, send books back to their shelves. I'm going down into the street.
I agree, but who, may I ask, is Neruda?
Who is Neruda? Who is Neruda? Well, my daughter's namesake, for one. A great poet, won the Nobel Prize, had a desk not unlike mine. An army trampled it just before he died. I still travel with him daily.
I see. Well, I'll include him in my report.
Good, good. I always like it when I think I've spread the word.
And I'm afraid I will be back.
Just you try. You'll find out the meaning of the word.
And what word is that, Mrs. Dwyer?
Afraid.
The spider book, in which thought has laid poisonous wires to trap the juvenile and circling fly. Neruda.
Mrs. Dwyer, I have a responsibility now in this matter.
We'll sick Bobby De Niro on you. You saw him in the backyard, you know. It's just a question of telling him what to do.
Yes, of course. Please, think this over. I would like to be your friend.
He'll scratch your eyes out. He protects us.
You'll be hearing from me.
Pacino! 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 Hi, Miss Balcom. How are you today?
I've been better, I've been worse.
Me too. Me too. I kind of think maybe I'll do some weeding this afternoon.
That would be very nice.
You seen any of my boys around? Pacino, Bobby De Niro, anybody?
Mr. Dwyer, I have my own boys to look out for. If Paul Newman happens by, I'll send him right in.
Oh, thank you. That'd be very nice of you. All right, chow time, boy. Come and get it. Come on, boy. Chow time. Chow time. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, now, here we go. Chow time. Everybody, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, oh, come on, come on. Here we are. There we are. Come on, come on, come on. Last call. Come get it, everybody. What do you say?
I'd say I'd pay these damn bills if I could find them.
Some of us are going hungry today. Well, I called twice, so it's not my fault. Hey, all right. Come get it. Come on.
Can't pay what you can't see. Then again, these days, you can't pay what you can see.
Bob is going to be mad today. Tuna, liver, and bacon. Yeah. Seen Bobby today, my friend? Yeah. He thinks the same of you.
Here they are. Can't lose a bill if you try.
Yeah. This liver isn't bad. Really, you want? Here. Really, try it.
I don't think so. But if there's any tuna,
No, I'm sorry. I reserved the tuna for Tatum. You know how much fuss she makes without it, you know? But Chino, he'll eat anything. Polly, when he looks up at me with those blue eyes, it's cooing.
is Bobby there?
No,
Where is he?
I don't know. I asked Miss Belkin about him. She hadn't seen him either. She was out in her yard holding the latest.
How many are there of them now?
Well, there are 5 capable of movement, 6 counting the new one.
She had a nerve making that crack about my dolls. And I was making a peace offering. We have our own, thank you, she says. What has she got of her own? An original miniature Dwyer?
I don't want any more trouble. You remember what they
Trouble?
told-
I want as much of it as possible. Let them line up, the police, the social workers, anyone else they want to send.
Now, Minnie.
Don't mini me, I mean it. Did you hear that, Teddy? Don't mini me, I mean it. You should put that in your book.
Well, Robbie Redford. Look at him, and he's preening himself all over. Look at, he's really fine looking, isn't he?
Fine looking, yes. Redford, no.
What do you mean?
It's not Robbie Redford. It's Jimmy Kahn.
That's Robbie Redford if I'm standing here alive.
Nope. Jimmy Kahn.
Robbie Redford.
I won't argue. It's Jimmy Kahn.
I won't either. It's Robbie Redford.
It's Jimmy Kahn. Look at his left front paw.
What, the one he's been preening?
That's the one that ripped the Belkin's dog.
You know, maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right. When the day comes, I can't tell the difference between Jimmy Kahn and Robbie Redford. You can put me in my grave.
Sure you don't want any liver?
No, I have work to do.
Well, so do I. All right, boys, the party's over. Oh, you've had your fill. Now it's right out into the whole cruel world with everybody else. Come on, boys. Come on. Good luck to you, Jimmy, or Robbie, whoever you are. Make your way. Make your way. Another day and you make your way.
Hello, Rich. It's Ruta. No, I'm in Los Angeles with my parents. No, actually, I'm in a motel room alone. Yes, I remember. Of course, I know we promised not to call, but it's late, and I was very lonely, and well, I'm sorry if I woke you up. Did I wake you up? Yeah, well. So, I'll, see you when I get back, maybe. Okay. How are you? Good. Good. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye.
I think neutral might be the answer. A face that neither approves or disapproves, just recognizes. We're going to need some more stuffing. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do what I always said. I'll stuff it with things from my bureau drawers. My old seam stockings, your nice patterned socks, scarves, and hankies, and both our underwear.
Save my light blue. I have other plans for them.
Speaking of which, I think we could do some cleaning here.
What?
We could pick up all these books and put them in the front room on the shelves. And then we could say that they're crazy. Well, what about this so-called pile of books? On what floor? Where?
What?
Well, show me where they are. Is this the room?
Unless I'm seeing things.
I don't care what they put on any report. Look for yourself. That woman must be crazy.
How many fingers?
4. Why?
My books.
You got scales on 2 of your knuckles. You didn't use your cream today, did you?
You don't see my books?
I see the books. I was just saying you can put them in the front room on the shelves
Well, why would we want to do that?
to prove to them that they're crazy.
But I have a system. Do you know how long it took to develop?
Of course.
I
It's not what I want, silly.
I know where every title is. I know what every title is. Do you have any idea the time and thought involved? And that the selecting, the visualizing necessary to raise this desk upon which, among other things, our bills are allegedly paid?
Allegedly?
Yeah.
As I was saying, that woman is crazy.
That woman had done her homework, that's all. She had me with my pants down.
The water's paid.
Imagine what I looked like to her. A man not in control.
And I'll pay the gas bill.
Going along with his wife who's in charge in life.
I'll pay them all.
And in death, even in death, he's going along. Well, that's just not the way it is. I want you to know this is my idea. And we know what we're doing. We're doing this out of choice. Both of us together. And my books stay right where they are, right here where we are, as long as we are. Here.
Just the taxes. They'll have to come at me in the next world if they want those.
Huh?
That woman is crazy if she
What?
thinks I'll pay the taxes.
Well, so are you if you think my books are going anywhere.
It was just a thought.
Well, forget it.
It's forgotten.
You mean my books can stay?
Of course.
Oh, good. Oh, I thought maybe we were going to have a fight here.
What about?
My books.
Oh, I thought it would be the taxes.
No, my books.
Well, I thought the taxes.
Well, you were wrong. You were talking about taking away my books.
Not me. That crazy woman.
Oh, I thought you.
Well, you were wrong. I was talking about the taxes.
Then my books can stay?
Of course.
Oh. Oh, good. Well, gosh, I thought maybe there was going to be a fight.
You were wrong.
Well, then you know what you're going to do, huh?
With this?
Hmm.
No. But that's the way I like it.
Well, let's take a break.
Sure. What for?
Well, how about a ride?
Now?
Yeah.
Where to?
Well, sure. Anywhere you like.
Up Lincoln Boulevard to the park?
Sure.
Or up the coast along the beach?
No, we could do that.
All the way to Zuma?
We might make it.
Well, maybe just to Malibu Canyon. We could wind across to that tunnel where all the names are scratched in the rock. Perhaps we could scratch ours.
Sure.
Or we could take the Santa Monica, past the Rosedale Cemetery, and then up to the harbor, the Pasadena, to Eagle Rock.
Oh, no, you have to take Golden State and Glendale to get to Eagle Rock.
Well, the Pasadena will get you there, and you pass that beautiful park, the Aurora Seco. And then you just go up Figueroa and over to Colorado.
Yeah, but Golden State's better, and besides, you got to go past Elysian Park.
Still, the Pasadena will get you there.
What's in Eagle Rock, anyway?
Nothing? Well, maybe we should just stay around here.
Well, all right.
We could take the Lincoln down past the marina.
All right.
Or we could go over to 7th and ride by the store.
Well, that'd be nice.
Oh, Teddy, do you remember what that block used to look like?
Of course I remember.
We could even stay there for a while. And then we could go back up Ocean to the pier, or keep on up the coast, like I said.
Yeah.
There's that antique store with its fabric barrels just before the Palisades.
Yeah.
We could stop in and check it out.
Yeah.
I remember we enjoyed ourselves there more than once.
Hmm.
Oh, we could just stay in the car, pass by.
Yeah.
Same difference in the end. What do you think?
Whatever you say.
I don't know what to say.
I don't either, Miss Dwyer. But it's obvious they can no longer manage on their own. My recommendation will have to be that they be placed under supervisory care. Now, would you be willing to assume that responsibility?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't see how I can. See, I live up north. I have a business up there. I run. I have a life.
Well, would it be possible to move your parents closer to you?
I doubt they'd be interested in that. They don't care much for it up there.
Miss Dwyer, I'm not sure you understand. Your coming to me has involved a city agency. We're now responsible for the welfare of your parents, as are you. It's no longer a question of what they much care for. It's a question of what's best for them. Obviously, that can no longer be their decision.
Minnie? You still want to, don't you?
What?
You still want to do it, don't you?
What?
You know.
Of course. Now go to sleep.
I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
No,
you're not, Teddy.
What if they come back? What if Ruta sends more of them?
Let them come.
But what do we say?
Whatever we want. It's none of their business.
But they'll stop us.
They'll do nothing of the kind.
They'll try.
As long as we're here, we'll do as we please. We'll tell them what they want to hear. Just enough to get rid of them. How much time do we need, anyway?
Oh, an hour or so.
That we'll have, I guarantee. But when we want it, when we say it's time.
It's just if they get their hooks into us, if they get us out of the house.
They're not going to get us out of the house.
If they do, that's it. We'll be in one of those places where it's against the rules to do anything. We'll be a couple of fish caught in a net, waiting for the feel of the deck so we can flop over on our backs and die. Alone, you hear me? Alone.
We'll do it, Teddy. I promise.
Mother? Daddy? Hello? Come on, let's go for a ride.
We're not going anywhere.
Why not? Come on, Daddy.
No, I'm busy, dear. You run along.
Go and play with your friend, Mrs. Finter.
Forget about her. I want you both to follow me out that door right now.
Listen to her.
They've got a sale on litter green at the Hughes.
Right, we can stop at the Hughes.
Before we head for the jail?
This isn't a lock-up, Mother. I just want you to get some air and maybe talk to me.
They've got those scissors you like, too. You know, the one with the padded finger holes?
Where, at the Hughes?
Uh-huh.
I broke mine the other day.
I know you did.
Well, all right. But just you remember this, little girl. When they throw away the key on me, they'll throw it away on you, too.
Sound advice.
I'll catch you. Never mind.
Sure you can handle our traffic?
I can handle it, Mother.
That's the Hughes right up there on the left there.
I know where it is, Daddy.
Don't make that turn, Ruta. Go around the block and make right turns. Do you hear me?
Just like the old days, huh, Mother? Some things never change. I remember doing this with you when I was 5 years old. It looks exactly the same.
Everything changes. Every board in this pier, every wave in this ocean, every person who has so much as laid eyes on that sand. Nothing stays the same.
She's got a lot on her mind, Rhoda.
She always did. She's wrong, too. Some things don't change.
I'm glad you came down.
Are you, Daddy?
Yes.
I miss you. I somehow can't believe this is all happening.
You'll be all right. You have a life for yourself up there.
I guess.
You guess what? You always say how much you like it, how much you like your work and the place, or even your business is good.
Yes,
Well,
it
then-
is. That's all true.
Well, then what? Still no man, huh? You're a young girl. You have your life ahead of you.
Daddy, I'll be 40 years old next January. I thought moving away was the answer, and it was, in a way. I'm all right when I'm there, but I'm always alone. It's funny, I did not want to come down when you called. I love being with you, but it hurts so when I have to leave. I don't know. What is it with me?
Maybe I tried too hard to make up for your mother.
I'd take care of you, Daddy, after she was gone.
Rhoda, don't.
Oh, I mean it. You're the only man I ever cared about.
Well, that's wrong. You shouldn't feel that way. Rhoda, I don't want to hear this.
Why? Because you know it's true. Because it's what you want to.
No, it's not what I want. And it's not what you want. And I'm sorry if I encouraged you to feel this way.
No, you're not. Don't say that.
Yes, Rhoda, I am.
Daddy, please. Don't go.
I guess this is it, all right. You live here?
Yeah, what's going on here?
We're from the county. Have you known the Dwyers long?
Long enough.
This place always looked like this?
Just about. Well, no. It's gotten worse since winter.
Shame. Think they're home?
Oh, yeah, they never go anywhere. Except out to look for their damn cats.
Your name is,
Oh, Belkin. Mrs. Belkin.
Thank you, Mrs. Belkin.
You're welcome. Listen, you better watch out for the cats. They'll scratch at you. They get my kids all the time.
Hey, give me that! Hey, that's mine!
Boys, stop that fighting. Get back in the house.
Who was that? Neighbor. Hello? Mr. Dwyer? Anybody home?
God, how can people live like this?
Better get some pictures.
Sure.
How long do you think this has been here? Couldn't scrape it off with a chisel. Well, I guess this is where they do their living.
Yep.
If you can call it that. What's out there?
Backyard, garage.
Same?
Worse.
Poetry. What kind of people buy poetry books and then treat them like this?
Hey, look at this.
Who are you?
Oh. Well, please come in. I'd like to explain what we're doing here.
My dog!
How'd you get in here?
You left the door open.
What's going on here?
Well, what are you doing here? What is that?
Stop this!
Are you the daughter?
Yes!
My name is Khan. I'm with the county.
You people get out of
May
here!
I talk to you in private? Please, miss, it'll only take a minute of your time.
All right, but outside.
As you wish. Charlie.
I'll be right back.
Teddy?
Huh?
What?
Now they've done it.
What?
Look what they've gone and done here. Look. Look at my desk and my books and... Look at this. What, did they do anything to your dolls?
Who are they?
Did they hurt them?
Who are they?
They're going to take the house.
Who?
They're going to take us.
Who? What happened?
If you won't talk with us, you'll only force us to use conservatorship.
The only thing I am forcing you to do is leave.
So that's why you came for us? To let them break into our home behind our backs?
Oh, Daddy, no.
Look at what they've done here.
I didn't know about this, honestly. All I wanted was for us to talk.
Well, it won't stop us, Rhoda. You hear me? Not this, not you, nothing will. Que pasaron los hombres sobre que pasaron a los que pasaron a los hombres. Hola. Good morning. Sí, aquí. ¿Cómo está?
Fine, thanks. And you?
¿Sabe usted que esto se dice? I think it's part of a poem.
Sí, a poem.
Sí, on a poema.
Bueno.
Sabe.
Sí. It says, what happens to the lost ones?
What happens to the lost ones?
Sí. What happens to the lost ones?
Gracias, amigo. Gracias.
You're welcome.
What happens to the lost ones? What happens to the lost ones?
Good morning. Do Mr. and/or Mrs. Ted Dwyer reside at this address?
Who wants to know?
Are you Mr. and/or Mrs. Ted Dwyer?
Teddy.
Mr. or Mrs. Ted Dwyer, you are hereby served.
This is a conservatorship suit, Mr. and Mrs. Dwyer. The county alleges that you are unfit to take care of yourselves any longer. There are affidavits of incompetence from, let's see, your neighbors, the city social services, your daughter, and there are records of police complaints, utilities for non-payment, the city, and, of course, the county, which seeks to become conservator. Now, I must tell you, cross-verification is a strong basis for a suit of this type.
Cross what?
The same story told by more than one witness.
Now they're witnesses. They started out as people who just wanted to talk.
Did anyone tell you that you didn't have to talk to them, Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes, the Finter woman. And then she threatened us. Said it was for our own good. And if we didn't see her, she'd make out a bum report on us.
She actually put it in those terms?
Yes, she did.
Well, that's a start. Now, let's see here. Is it true what she says later on here? That one of you is ill and that both of you claim to be contemplating suicide because of it?
No, it isn't.
No, Minnie, he wants to help.
We're not contemplating anything. We've made up our minds.
But only one of you is ill.
We've lived together, and we want to die together.
Well, I assure you I sympathize with your predicament, Mr. Dwyer. But, I must weigh the facts and represent them to you within the context of the law. That's my obligation as an attorney. You see, if I were to get you off, knowing what I know of your plans, and you were then to carry out those plans, I would not only be held morally accountable, I would be considered an accomplice to a criminal action, and I could even be held responsible on legal grounds for your deaths.
Well, we could make it clear that you weren't responsible in writing if you want.
I'm afraid the law doesn't work that way, Mr. Dwyer. Your written statement would be proof positive of my prior knowledge.
It's no use, Teddy. He's one of them, too.
Well, surely you can understand the law's position, Mrs. Dwyer?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Claiborne. We Dwyers are people of sense.
Then I'm afraid I'll have to decline the case. If you really intend to persist with this plan, that is.
We do?
I could be considered an accomplice even now. The The law says that a witness to the mere planning of a crime must come forward. It's obvious, I hope, that we all have reason to think of this conversation as confidential. You see, I'm not without feeling, Mr. and Mrs. Dwyer. And if your situation is truly as you represented it, I am sorry for you. And as such, I'm prepared to say nothing, or that this meeting did not, in fact, even occur.
He's prepared to say nothing with all those words.
We know what we're doing. Doesn't that count for anything?
Yes, it does, Mr. Dwyer. It makes your crime a willful one.
Well, so much for that.
Lawyers, to think we even bothered.
Que pasan a los hombres olvidados?
You can say that again.
Que pasan a los hombres olvidados? I've been saying it all day. I woke up this morning with it ringing in my ears.
Do you know what it means yet?
Yeah, I asked the gardener across the street.
Well, I think it would be a fitting thing to leave behind. Give them all something to think about.
What do you mean?
Just that, on a piece of paper. Que pasan a los hombres olvidados, signed T&M Dwyer. Can't you imagine the look on their faces when they see it, those Clavens, Finters, and Cans?
They wouldn't know what to say.
They would say we were nuts. Well, enough of all of them. I'm about ready, Teddy.
For what?
To stuff my doll. I have the face inked on. I need to see it filled.
Oh, you scared me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's on to the drawers.
Yes, to the drawers. I'll pick only our finest.
Save my light blue.
Yeah. We'll take care of ourselves, Teddy. Like always.
Save my light blue. I got it.
You'll have to find it first.
Hello? Hello? Oh, hello, Miss Belkin. What? Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry. Yes, I am. I'm terribly sick. No, that isn't necessary. No, I'll be able to take care of that myself, yes. No, there's no need for you to do that, Miss Belkin. Please, I'll be right over. Yes, here.
Bobby?
Yeah.
What's he done now?
He jumped up on the new one's high chair and puked all over the tray.
He's even more sensitive than we knew.
Yeah, there's more.
What do you mean?
There was a bird's head in it.
In what?
The puke. Everybody's sick over there. The kid's screaming his head off. She's going to call the police. I've got to get over there.
All right, what about Bobby?
He's fine. Puked and ran. Right out the window.
Good for him!
You stay here. I'll be right back.
Well, you just tell her she'd put screens in her windows like normal people. This sort of thing wouldn't happen. And as for you, Bobby De Niro, good for you!
Where did you come from, Rhoda?
The door. Mother, I still have my key.
Well, give it back. You're no longer welcome in this house.
I just wanted you to talk to someone who might be able to help.
When are you going to learn there is no such someone in this world? We're on our own in this life, all of us. Now, if there is one thing I thought I had made clear.
You make your own bed and you lie in it. You stake out a corner and you stay in it.
Well, I see some of it came through.
All of it, Mother. And it's why you're making no sense to me.
What are you talking about?
I can remember sitting in Daddy's chair long years ago watching you work. Look at this, Rhoda. You would say, look at this tiny thread. It's nothing, but it's as much a part of this world as you or I. Daddy and you would never be the ones to give up, no matter what the circumstances.
But I wouldn't have my hands, so I wouldn't have my work.
But you would be alive, Mother.
Not by my definition of the word.
You are afraid, aren't you? You are afraid of the pain.
Pain? How old are you, Rhoda? You must be 40 if you're a day.
Not quite, Mother. I still have a few months to go.
Well, when I was your age, in fact, just exactly your age, I knew real pain. I had you.
Why, thank you, Mother.
You can't do it, they were all screaming. You're too old. I told them to go jump. Grin and bear it, my mother said. So, that's what I did. In spite of the pain, I lay there grinning.
Maybe you should have listened to them. Think what you could have spared yourself.
You haven't a brain in that head.
I have a brain, Mother. The one you gave me in spite of what you wanted, or should I put it another way, did not want.
Now what are you trying to say?
Only what you already know to be true, that your daughter is unlike you, and your mother before you, and her mother before her.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Dwyers beget more Dwyers. It's our...
What, Mother? Duty?
Well, yes. Could put it that way.
It's you who wants to put it that way. More of the old grin and bear it Minnie for her mother.
You're putting words into my mouth.
Yes, I am.
Maybe they're the words you wanted to say to your own mother way back then. I don't want children. I don't need children. I won't have children.
Rhoda, stop!
Sew my lips, Mother. Isn't that the way it went when I talked too much? You'd sew them together, you said, like one of your dolls. I should have been one of your dolls.
It was only when I was working.
You never cared for the fact that I couldn't be finished, that I wouldn't join the others in the trunk. So you could move on.
It was you who left this house.
I did what I was raised to do, get out of your sight.
I wanted to be left to myself, not left. There's a difference.
Yes, Mother, there is. There is. I want you to know that I'm going to leave to this world exactly what you want. What you've always wanted to leave to me. An absence. An absence of Dwyer's.
Don't you say that.
Why not, Mother? All I have to give you at the age you gave me, my life, is your death.
You don't give that to me, Rhoda.
Right. Just like always, you're going to take exactly what you think is yours. Well, go ahead, Mother. This time I am not going to stop you.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for some hosing.
Oh, well, that would be the garden shop.
No, well, not that kind of hosing.
Oh, well, what kind then?
Well, I don't know exactly. What have you got?
Well, what is it for?
It's just for me.
For you?
Uh-huh.
Well, what size would you be needing?
Well, you have it in sort of about the size of a drain pipe.
I'm asking you to call the whole thing off. Forget I ever came to you.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Miss Dwyer. As you know, passing my report to inspection has set conservatorship in motion. Now, if you'd care to offer yourself as guarantor at the hearing, I'm sure there'd be no problem.
I don't want there to be any hearing. Can't you just put a stop to it?
I'm sorry, no. Have you seen this?
Claiborne, damn him.
You mean you went to the paper and told them everything?
It looks like it.
What for?
Well, he said he had a change of heart after he thought about it.
Well, why didn't he come to us?
Lawyers like to see their hearts exposed in print.
But it'll be all over the city. What happens if...
Hello? But no, it isn't. No, we aren't. No, I'm not. Yep, you're the right name, but the wrong number. Goodbye. How about that? Well, you've just got to tell them. Hello? No, sorry, got the wrong number.
What do we do now?
Leave it off the hook.
And if they find our address, it's not too tough when they have the phone number.
I've been to see the county people, Daddy. We have to talk.
Talk. A man opens his mouth and the world stomps its way in.
You prefer the fools you've gone to, the newspapers?
We haven't gone to any damn newspaper.
Well, somebody did.
Oh, well, there's Claiborne.
You're a lawyer.
That's what he's calling himself, apparently. It's news to us.
This is getting all out of hand. I never for 1 minute intended.
Intended. How many wasted lives in that word?
Daddy, you brought me down here. You made me a part of this. Now you have to listen to me. From here on in, it's either depend on these strangers or depend on me.
We depend on no one.
But you have to, Daddy, eventually.
Who says so?
The courts will rule against you. You'll have no choice.
We'll have our choice, Rhoda. Go back to Carmel Corn.
Yes, Rhoda. I think the time's come to say goodbye.
You don't understand. I'm trying to tell you that I've changed my mind. It's not that I agree with you. It's that I accept what you want to do. I love you, both of you. So please tell me, how was I supposed to show this? By forcing you to live or by letting you die?
We're not doing this to you, Rhoda. We're doing it to ourselves.
Daddy?
We love you too. Now, goodbye.
I told you not to expect too much.
I know. I just thought that somehow.
I don't see why you're so surprised. Independence is what we always asked of her.
But when it comes back at you,
Yes, it hurts. Teddy,
I know.
we have no choice now, have we?
None that I can see.
They'll be cheating us out of some of our time.
It just happens I'm tired. I'm tired of my feet and of my nails and my hair and my shadow. It just happens I'm tired of being a man.
I have something to show you then, if you think we have time.
Well, is it important?
I would say so.
Well, sure, we have time. What is it?
Something. Close your eyes.
Well, what, is it a surprise?
No. I just like the way you look with your eyes closed.
All right, like this?
Keep them shut.
All right, all right. Oh, don't worry. Oh.
No cheating.
No, I'm an honest man.
All right. Now.
Well, would you look at that?
You like it?
Like it? Well, I could learn to love a face like that.
Oh, Teddy.
No, go ahead. No, that's the truth.
What about the work?
It's elegant as usual.
I used a whole new stitch around the edges.
Well, it's just lovely. It's just lovely. It's almost a self-portrait, isn't it?
A bit of me. And a bit of my mother. See the cheeks?
Yeah, but the eyes.
And a little bit of Rhoda. I wonder if she'll notice.
I wish you could have told her.
Well, I'd rather be remembered for understanding what it was I was and that she was part of that.
Well, it's quite a collection.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm pleased. I'm satisfied. I'm ready.
Good. Now,
Lee, what are you doing?
I've got something to show you, too.
Oh, Teddy!
I'm serious.
What? You're
My
light
blue.
Oh. Mm. Well,
Oh, one thing.
did you do what we said?
Yeah.
Here, here. I'll put it with the dolls.
Good.
Anything else then?
No. No, not that I can see. All set?
I guess.
All right, let's go.
Yes, let's. You don't want to take something with you? A book? Did you hear that? A book.
I am sorry, Mother.
This will just take me a minute.
All right. This is exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's exciting. My heart's beating. That's a good way to go with your heart beating.
Uh-huh.
Is that the hose?
Uh-huh.
Is it strong?
It's corrugated.
All set?
All set.
With everything.
Everything.
Well, what do we do now?
Let's get in.
Just like we're going for a drive.
Exactly.
Where to? I love you, Teddy.
I love you too, Miniature Dwyer.
Well, let's go.
There. All right, now, windows up. Door's shut. All right. Now, all we have to do is take the key and put it in the ignition, leave it in park, brake on, and then we just...
Teddy?
Huh?
We're doing the right thing, aren't we?
You're not having second thoughts now.
Not for me.
For who, then? For me? What is it?
You can go back in the house, get into bed, say you were taking a nap, and that you didn't hear, and that you didn't know, and
What? Why would I want to do that?
you wouldn't want to.
Not on your life.
I wouldn't hold it against you.
I know that.
Alice, speak up now.
Or forever hold my peace. All right. It's sensible, nothing more.
That wasn't very hard, was it?
Just the turn of a key.
The same one we've used all along?
Never had to replace it.
Over here. Here it is. No, no. You went on the roof,
Go get
dummy.
it.
Come on. Get it.
Teddy, talk to me.
You all right?
I remember when you bought this car. Cinco de Mayo, wasn't it? 1961. And you drove up in front of the store and you beeped.
Drove right on the sidewalk.
And you had a straw hat on.
No, that was a sombrero. They were giving them away down at the showroom. I said to the fellow, I said, you mean to say if I buy this car, I get one of those hats? He said, absolutely. I said, well, then I'll take the car. At least you could have seen the expression on his face. A hat for the price of a car. Those were the days.
And then I closed up the shop and we drove to my mother's. I remember going in and walking down that long hallway that smelled like a wet cracker. She was taking a bath in that tiny room in the back with a bottle of beer on the tile beside her. We bought a car, I said. You and Roosevelt, she answered. Teddy. I said, Teddy Dwyer. Same name as ours. I know. Just like the Roosevelt, she answered. A Dwyer marries a Dwyer. She was naked. There was a tile above her head that was chipped and pink. Like her body. Like her. It was shortly after that she...
Yeah.
I'll catch you. You don't mind. You're an out.
Teddy,
Hmm?
it smells.
Make your way.
Bad as Bobby's litter box.
Make your way.
All the time that Ruda left the tacos in the glove compartment. And it stayed for 2 days. Hot sauce and all.
Another day, and you make your way.
Teddy? Remember?
Why don't you check around back?
All right.
Hey, Jane, Dave, over here.
Is that car running? Yes. Oh, God, they're doing it. Help me open this door.
Are you sure?
Damn it, open the door! Call an ambulance.
What's going on?
Just call an ambulance.
What for? What is going on?
Statement for the press. Miss Dwyer, please get out of my way. Statement from the press before. What
All right, Mr. Dwyer, I think you've had enough. Mr. Dwyer? Any change? She'll need some caring for, but she'll be all right.
And my father?
A day or two of observation, certainly.
Where?
County, unless you prefer someplace else.
Can they be together?
Well, not in the same room, anyway.
Well, how about someplace else?
Technically, ma'am, they're under arrest. Excuse me.
They want to be together.
Huh?
They want to be together.
Well, that may not be up to them for a while.
Well, then it'll be up to me.
The law is the law.
If my mother is sick and my father wants to be with her...
Look, don't worry. We'll take very good care of them both.
Both together or one at a time?
Does it matter?
It's the van. Both together or one at a time? Well, there's a lot of cameras out there. I'd say just one at a time.
All right, whatever. Is there a crowd out there?
Daddy.
Yeah, it's no problem.
All right, you go on ahead. I'll bring my report down later.
You're going to be wanting to stretch it.
You can't very well walk, can't you?
If you say so. Okay, excuse me, ma'am. Okay, it's time to go. Get on your feet. Atta boy. I'll just take that. Okay. You're welcome to come with us, ma'am. You might feel better outside.
Thank you. I think I'll stay with my mother. I'll be out in a minute, Daddy. I'll be with Mother, then I'll be with you. Do you understand me, Daddy?
Don't worry, he'll be all right. They all get these ideas at one point or another.
Think so?
You spend your whole life trying to avoid it, then all of a sudden you find yourself wishing for it. The only difference is these two seem to know what they're doing. Well, we'll take care of them. And you'll see, someday you'll be sitting with them and they'll thank you. Look what we would have missed, they'll say. You just wait and see.
Mother? Can you hear me? You need me. Maybe for the first time. I will see that things are done your way. I came back to tell you. You're right, Mother. Dwyers do beget Dwyers. I wanted you to know.